My name is Oliver, and for most of my life, I believed my family would never betray me. I trusted them blindly. I thought they were my protectors, the people who would stand by me in every hardship. I never imagined that the biggest betrayal of my life would come from the very people I called Mom and Dad. Everything began when I was 11. A drunk driver crashed into our car one rainy evening, and the impact damaged my spine. For years, I struggled to walk, to sit, to even sleep properly. Doctors said I'd need long-term treatment, therapy, and support. They labeled me as a long-term disability case. The UK government approved monthly disability payments in my name, meant to help with my care, my mobility, my recovery. But I never knew about any of it. My parents handled every document, every letter, every appointment. They kept all financial information away from me. They told me, "Don't worry, Ollie love, we're taking care of everything. You just focus on getting better." And I believed them. I was only a kid. Why would I question the people I trusted the most? Growing up, I wasn't allowed anywhere near financial matters. They said it was too complicated and not something I needed to worry about. Any time a government letter arrived, they opened it before I even saw it. Whenever a medical bill came, they told me insurance covered it. Whenever I needed equipment, like crutches or a wheelchair repair, they said they'd sorted it. I assumed they were paying out of their pockets. But the truth was very different. Everything was being paid from the disability money I didn't even know existed. Years passed. I slowly learned to walk again, to live a somewhat normal life. But something inside me always felt off. I could never explain it properly. It was just a quiet feeling that something wasn't right. I pushed it away. After all, why would my family hide anything from me? When I turned 21, that feeling grew stronger. I wanted to start working part-time. I wanted to earn my own money and feel independent. But my parents shut the idea down instantly. They told me I wasn't healthy enough, that working would hurt my back again, that I wasn't ready. It felt less like concern and more like control. I remember asking one day, casually, "Does the government help with any of our medical costs?" Mum froze. Dad changed the subject. They brushed it off so quickly I felt stupid for even asking. But that tiny sense of suspicion was now awake. And everything finally exploded the night my granddad asked a question that revealed the truth none of us were prepared for. It was a normal family dinner. I was walking better than ever, and Granddad was smiling proudly at me. Then he looked at me and said in his calm, gentle voice, "Oliver, lad, do your disability payments still go straight into your bank account each month?" I stared at him, confused. What payments?" The entire room fell silent. Mum's face lost all color. Dad looked like someone had punched him in the chest. Granddad turned slowly toward them and said, "You never told him? All these years, you never told him?" My heart sank. Something was terribly wrong. Later that night, Granddad sat me down privately and told me everything. The government had been paying me disability money since I was 11. Every single month. My parents had opened a joint account in my name, something I never knew about, and had been withdrawing the money without ever telling me. For 10 years. 10 whole years. The total amount was more than £118,000. I felt like the world had collapsed under my feet. I confronted my parents. My voice shook. I wasn't angry, I was heartbroken. "Why didn't you tell me?" I asked. My mum immediately burst into tears. She said they needed the money, that life was expensive, that they were struggling, that they used it all for the household. But I remembered the new furniture, the holidays, the car upgrades, the constant Amazon packages, the nights out. They weren't struggling. They were living better than most families we knew. And they did it using money meant for my recovery. Money meant for a child who couldn't walk. My dad tried to justify it. He said he thought I'd never need the money anyway, that I was too ill to use it, that it made sense for them to manage it. But none of those excuses mattered. What mattered was that they lied. Every single day. For a decade. Granddad took me to a solicitor the next morning. The solicitor explained that because the payments were legally mine, and because I never gave consent, my parents had committed fraud. I had the right to press charges, civil and criminal. I didn't want to. They were still my parents. But Granddad held my hand and said, "Ollie, justice isn't cruelty. Sometimes you have to protect yourself from the people closest to you." The case went to court. My parents denied everything at first, but bank records don't lie. Every withdrawal was traced back to them. Every penny was accounted for. The court ordered them to return the full amount with interest, set up a new secure account only I could access, and issued them a formal legal warning. They lost all financial control over me forever. The aftermath was painful. My parents were embarrassed. The family was shattered. We barely spoke for months. I didn't hate them, I was just hurt beyond words. They didn't steal money. They stole trust. They stole honesty. They stole a part of my childhood that I can never get back. Today, I'm stable. I'm working. I'm walking. I'm living a life I fought hard to rebuild. I still visit my parents sometimes, but things will never be the same. There's a permanent distance now. A quiet wall between us. Granddad once told me something I'll never forget. Blood makes you family, lad, but choices show you who your family truly is. And he was right. I learned that the people you trust the most can hurt you the deepest. And sometimes, the only way to protect yourself, is to open your eyes to the truth, no matter how painful it is. If you're listening to my story, maybe you've trusted someone blindly too. Maybe you have no idea what's happening behind your back. Just remember one thing. Betrayal doesn't always come from strangers. Sometimes, it comes from the people sitting right beside you. If you found my story meaningful, give the video a like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments.